call today. Hopefully everyone's holiday wasn't too mentally stressful. I am thinking that today I'm going to react to the patch trailer because it came out around the time of Christmas, right? And so I was like, fuck! I didn't want to like watch it before I had a chance to. It's just like, I wanted to watch it with y'all, and I was like, oh fuck, it's the holidays, I can't do that. Yeah, so hopefully everyone's holiday was not too mentally stressful or stressful at all. I kind of off and on for me, so we'll see. Just doing some low-key content today, you know? Some nice chilling out, and all of that. Hello, Violet! Oh, the sky was all violets! It is so nice to see you! Yeah, I'm gonna react to this. Let's see if I might need to go into the intermission screen. But I might be able to also do this here. I don't know, this might be not... Yeah. Let's go into intermission for this. It's so much prettier doing it in the intermission screen than the, it's so much prettier. Let's, let me just, kind of go down here. Uppity up with the full screen. How you doing today, Violet? Holidays treating you okay? There we go. Alright, let's get this party started. I am so excited. And this patch is gonna be so heavy and I'm like ecstatic for it. Alright, let's do this. That's good!
At last the time has come.
Okay, nope, the subtitles maybe? Nope, they're not available.
Long have I awaited this moment.
Bear to me your lover's heart.
Is that looks like...
Have you the strength to defy fate?
That would be Nivea, right? The Wheel of Fate?
Fury shall test your strength of spirit.
God! Literally this time.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company besides.
Oh, Alizé's sizing up the
I thought you'd
competition.
keep your escapades closer to home for a while.
I love that outfit.
Oh, I've been waiting so long. Don't disappoint.
How big must the gate be for their light to come through? Too weak. Help me. Someone. Please.
What? What is happening? What happened to Zero? No! Is that Nobuga? Oh my god, we're getting the anime theme song!
You. What have you done to us, Daya?
That world will never be ours again. We need not suffer in this purgatory of death and rebirth forever.
What? Happening?
A deluge of ether. The mark of a terrible magic.
Oh, is that hello? Fuck yes!
Join me, and together we shall seek the promised land, a glorious kingdom of light wherein all may know death's sweet embraces.
Oh yeah, this is the new stat, like, ultimate, right? Oh, frick. Okay, wait, hold on a second. So, this is obviously Halone's area, right? Like, so it looks like we're gonna be fighting Nofika, Nimia, and Halone. Like, that's what it looks like, because, this, like, obviously this is Nofika. But then the whole, like, the fate thing is, like, Nimia and her, like, fate wheel, right? It's Nimia or Lim Lang. Hold on. Let me get my book out here, because I get these two mixed up. No, the 6 elementals. Where's the one with all the gods? Yeah, okay, so Limia's the navigator, so it's either Limia or the spinner, which is, Lim Lane is the navigator, Nimia is the spinner. So we're either fighting Lim Lane or Nimia, or both. I mean, but it also looks like we're fighting Halone too, because that whole, like, thing is very Halone-esque. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Yeah. So, I see, like, the spinny wheels, like, here-ish. I don't know if it's showing, yeah, like, here, like, spinny wheels. But we've also got, like, a lot of ice, which, yeah, this is Halone. This has got it. Like, look at all the lances. That's 100% Halone. That's the Fury. Like, 100% that's Halone. Where is it? No. There was, like, yeah, this mechanic looks kind of shieldy. And then it looks like we're going back to Garlemald to interact with... Something's happening with Zero. Yeah, that'd be her, yeah. Something's happening with, like, Zero and being in our world. I think Alphinaud and Alize is gonna be good. This is either a dungeon or a duty. This, like, reminds me of the Dark Knight quest, but it looks like... That looks almost like Zero with the shield, or maybe it's her mother? Maybe this is, like, a flashback with, like, the Void Scent or something like that. This looks like another... it might be part of the Deep Dungeon that's happening. Because I know that, like, we're getting, like, the Crystal Tower Deep Dungeon with, like, the whole Allegan Empire. It'd be good to get some more story on the Allegan Empire, honestly. Or, like, some more story into something that's happening. But, yeah. That is... This part right here where this, like, descends. And then we also have... Graha's showing up a lot in this patch, which I think is a good thing, because we're supposed to be taking him on some adventures. And, sorry, I just realized my microphone is, like, all the way over here. That's not good. But, like, yeah. Okay. Something's going on with Zero, and also something's going on with Vitra looking for a sister, which I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna be depressing as fuck. Something's happening. I know we're getting a new trial, too, right? So... The new trial we're getting, shouldn't that have something, maybe that's this? Because that's supposed to be, like, ice and fire, so this might be the new trial. And then we also have the Lilliput, like, tribe quest, which I'm scared of the Lilliput tribe quest. I don't know what we're getting into with the Lilliput tribe quest. As always, like, I'm gonna save most of the stuff for, like, a week later, so I'm not, like, doing spoilers, but the tribe quest I try to move on, like, ASAP. Because I like to, like, have a schedule with those. It's scary. Like, I don't know what we're gonna get. Then this is the new Crystalline Conflict Zone. which I'm gonna be honest, this looks beautiful as frick. I saw some of the notes on the crystalline conflict zone, so you can now, like, pick up some limit breaky things and all that, and, like, I don't usually, like, they are doing a new PvP tier, too, so even though I don't, like, I only really do the PvP for the new outfits, yeah, it looks super pretty. I did see the sneak peek of the new outfit they're doing for PvP as well, which looks absolutely fucking gorgeous, so any new mount, outfit, or items that PvP releases, I'm gonna get, and then I'm just gonna forget about it for the rest of the patch. Yeah, so we already saw that. What is some sort of mechanic? That almost looks like a limit break one. I mean, Alphino and Alizé is always interesting. I'm not doing the ultimate, like, at all, so there's that. Yeah, there's that. Okay. Yeah, that's, whew. Oh, man. That's gonna break me. Alright, let's do something kind of chill. Let's chill out a bit today. What do I want to do? Yeah. My holidays were kind of hectic. We, somehow got roped into hosting everyone on, like, Christmas Eve. So, we ended up doing that. And then my mother is not very great at, like, so when you're working with animals, there's sort of, like, a degree of trust system. Like, you train them a bit, and then you realize, okay, you can trust them with this thing, and you need to know where not to trust them with and what to trust them with. And Bear is giant. He's a third Great Dane. He's got the legs, so he's a bit of a counter surfer. But he's not like, you can pull him off the counter easy. He's not like super prolific about it all the time. So, but like my mom made me like hold him on a leash while like all our family was there, and it wasn't like, he was perfectly well behaved, but it took me a while to convince her to let him off leash so he could like actually go greet people and not like, and he was fine. He didn't get into any trouble, but she's not very good at the whole like degree of trust system. I'm gonna do expert, but I think I'm gonna do it as a summoner. Just because if I get Court of Troya, I really want, I need the chess piece. Caster chess piece. So that's why I'm doing expert like that. Alright. The new UI thing, I think it looks clean. I kind of like having like the panels, but I wouldn't, I'm not very like, I don't have any like super strong opinions for it. I'm referring to my actual family, like, and my animals, I guess. Oh my god, I had both sets of cousins, both uncles, one aunt, 2 sisters, my mother, both sets of grandparents. My grandparents also brought their dog, and my mom gets really anxious when they bring her into the house because she's worried our dogs are gonna get mad at her. The truth is, like, if I just let, like, oh, hi, I was talking about you. Oh, are you leaving? I was talking about you. Hello? Hello? Do you want to come up? Come here. Come here. Come say hi. No, maybe? I don't have any food. I was talking about you, though. Come here. Come here. Come on up. You can do it. Oh, let me move. I'll move and you can do it. Come here, Bear. Come here. Come on, all the way up. Yeah, good job. Good job. You were fine with Josie, though. You were. You just had to say hi to her like twice, and you were fine. You just get excited to see her again. Okay. I know. She was so worried you were going to be so bad. You were good. You were fine. Yeah, like, he's big, but he's not... Like, he's actually really good with small dogs, so, I mean... Like, we went to the dog park and there was a little, like, Pompilian, like, Chihuahua mix, like, tiny dog, right? Chasing this tennis ball, and, like, it went, like, the bear tried to run with it, and it, like, got mad at him, and it, like, chased him all around the dog park, and he was fine. Like, he knows our grandparents' dog, too. She stayed with us for, like, a month. Like, they're very good friends. He just gets very excited to see her, and usually if you hold him, you let him sniff everything, let him get settled, it's fine, but my mom likes to make him, like, wait in another room, which, you know, it sounds good on paper, but if you actually think about it, you're building up the anticipation, which means you're building up the excitement, and you're also building up all the emotions of feeling, like, left out, which animals do feel. So you're actually making it worse, whereas if you just hold him and let him say hi very gently a couple times, just hold on to him and all of that, it doesn't build up any anticipation, all the emotion gets out very easy, and, like, it's fine. Like, but she's got this whole, like, he's a bad dog that needs to, like, wait and all this other stuff, and I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's fine. Like, totally fine. Yeah, little dogs are a lot. I've had little dogs and I've had big dogs, and big dogs tend to be more chill. Oh, this person's wearing next to nothing here. It's a good look though. Bylanders tend to rock it, or is that a Midlander? It might just be a really tall Midlander. Interesting, I guess it's a monk glam? I wasn't really able to, like, participate in the holiday festivities because I was just, like, had Bear on a leash the entire time, and, like, that's fine or whatever, but it's like, we're not working, we're at home, in our home, and he was perfectly fine. He, like, curled up and fell asleep at my feet. Like, like, she made such a bigger deal out of it than it necessarily needed to be, which made the problem worse in of itself, and I was just like, I'm not doing this. I eventually just let him loose and watched him, and he was fine. I was like, I mean, yeah, there's just, like, knowing your animals is kind of a thing. I guess it makes sense that, like, no one's on today. Like, the day after the holidays, no one's gonna be, I love how this coat looks on Aura, though. Like, I tried to match it with these boots. I think all the red. I guess I should find a book that works, too. I just kind of don't want to glam over the Manderville weapons. I wonder what the ultimate... They were, like, teasing the ultimate weapons and, like, the live letter notes where they were all just, like... The ultimate weapons are gonna have, like, some sort of, like, thing attached or whatever, so I'm curious to see how that's gonna look when that comes out. I don't know yet, though. I'd be curious. That and, like, you know, apparently I didn't know what cuffing season was, which is kind of, like, you know you're an asexual when you don't understand what cuffing season is, and, like, even still, like, the idea that, like, in the winter, people want to be closer together is weird to me because of my seasonal depression, right? Like, seasonal depression makes me want to stay the fuck away from everyone in the winter, so the idea that, like, because I was talking to my therapist about, like, getting mixed messages from people on dating apps, and she was like, well, it's cuffing season. I'm like, what the fuck is cuffing season? Like, I don't understand that. Seasonal depression, I'm running away from people in the winter. What the fuck is cuffing season? Oh, I mean, I guess there's also the new hairstyle that's, like, coming out in the Deep Dungeon too, but I'm not as excited for that one. It's like a short hairstyle, and they also, I mean, to be fair, they showed it on, like, a Highlander, which makes the Highlander look like it's balding, and I don't think that was the best choice of, like, a character to show it on. Oh, hey, there's Cesar Black Cat. They're cool. They run some pretty good treasure hunting groups. Oh my god, the new glam from treasure hunting too. It's like a suit glam. There's no gender lock. It's amazing. I love my soup glams. Yeah. I am going to lose all that money trying to get that suit dress, depending on how it looks on my character, because they showed it on Lalafell, which not the best for like hard to tell when it's shown on a Lalafell. Lalafell, one of the things I learned from being a Lalafell and like posting my glams to the Yorzina Glamour collection is that Lalafells follow a different rule of like glamming than like other like races. Aura and Makote kind of follow very similar rules. Viera kind of has their own kind of rule with it as well. I'm assuming Elizin is pretty similar to Viera. But yeah, I was like, it's hard to tell, like, scaling-wise with the Lalafells how it's gonna look on, like, other races. So we'll see, but I'm probably gonna lose every piece of gil in my bank account trying to get that. I wish we could just have, like, neck pieces in this game that were, like, just this, like, cape thing. Because we have necklaces, but I wish we could have, like, more, like, actual, like, neck pieces. Like this as a neck piece individually. Like, I think that'd be so cool if we could get something like that in-game. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think they want to do that statistically, but, like, I think it'd just be really cool. I don't know. I'm always on the lookout for more glamour options. I know a lot of people aren't like as excited about the new Alliance raid gear. It's kind of hard to tell, again, just like with what they've shown. But I'm personally pretty excited for it. I think the healer and caster ones aren't that bad. And we are gonna get like more gothic type versions of I think the Done Safe gear for the new dungeon, so I'm also kind of excited about that as well. I like this like gothic route we're going down. It makes me very happy. Fulfills my sad little emo goth heart. Alright, what are we working with here? Port of Troya, or are we in the Dunbar range? Ozdal's Legacy. I don't know why I thought it was... I think there's another area like Dunbar-ish. It's a hot Viera. I dig that. Ah, it's generic Glancer number 5! I don't mean to be mean. They have the Rummerborn glance. They worked on it. I was operating in lightning facilities. Okay, that's not what we're going with. I'm a summoner right now, goddammit. I really wanted to get Court of Troya to try to get that jacket, but I guess it's not happening. Oh, I guess I can run the Toya's Legacy a little bit, still try to get those boots on healer. Might be faster. Just summon out Bahamut a little bit. It is true, I guess a lot of people have been farming this one for like winter glams. Like this has been some of the bigger like wintry glam things that people have been doing lately. I mean, these do make good winter glams. The only issue I have with the like coats from this one is that some of the like paneling on the sides of the coats from this have like colors that are not very in festive theme or don't really make the same amount of sense. So I'm probably still I decided. Okay, let me formulate my thought a little bit more properly. I decided not to use them for winter glams, or not supposed to winter glam with the coats from here, specifically for the sole purpose that I knew everyone would be doing it, and therefore I like didn't want to do it, and I also didn't want to do the color match. I thought the color matching would be off because I personally probably would have used healer or caster coats for this, and the healer and caster coats from this, while very pretty and fit, have blue and purple panels that I don't think match, that you cannot change the color of, and I don't think really match the vibes. And I am pretty stringent when it comes to color matching, probably because I'm, like, with the whole, like, sensory processing disorder and the synesthesia effect, I have to just, like, my brain doesn't process things correctly, and I just have to be like, with it. So, yeah, there's that. But, I mean, I don't think it's bad that people are doing that. I just think it's not something I would do personally. Oh, I'm so bad at this part. Okay, and maybe... Where am I going? I think I'm going out here. I'm gonna... okay, we're gonna roll with this and hope for the best. I wish they would change how the jellyfish circles work. I mean, it might just be me who's really bad at it because I'm a directionally impaired person, but I mean, I'm just really bad at the jellyfish circles somehow. Are we going this? Is it? No. What's happening? Nope, I was safe over there. Okay, fuck. Fuck it! I'm so bad at that part. Everything else I'm fine at. It's just, for some reason, my brain just can't. Alright, Ifrit, go get him. Honestly, so I've been trying to get the Dragon Mount in Guild Wars 2. Mounts in Guild Wars 2 operate a little differently than they do in Final Fantasy. They're more about like different methods of movement throughout the world. But the Sky Scale Mount or the Dragon Mount is one of the harder ones to get, and the collection is so long, and there's like multiple collection steps. And like I thought getting the Mentor Mount in like FF14 was bad, and it's a different level of bad. Like, it's an interacting with imbecile people bad, which honestly I think is worse for me, but the like amount of collections I have to do for this like goddamn Sky Scale Mount in Guild Wars 2, and then you have to wait like 3 hours in between like each series of collections and each like step of the process is like I was not prepared for it. Well, I mean, okay, I wasn't not prepared for it. I was just like, some of it's a very, like, arbitrary thing. And, like, some of it, like, there's this one area where you need to, like, complete this mini dungeon, and it was honestly the hardest thing. And the rest of it was fine. Like, I mean, well, so far, it's been fine. Apparently I'm on one of the more, like, expensive steps now. I don't know what that means, though. I just really want to get Flight unlocked, and the Sky Skill Mount was there. I guess I could also try to get the Griffin unlocked, but apparently that's also a doozy. I don't know, I wish Guild Wars, the main issue with Guild Wars 2 is it doesn't have a very user-friendly system to, like, track your progress with certain collections and certain things. Which is very, absolutely, positively annoying as fuck. Because it's very hard for me to gauge if I've completed something or not without clicking like 5,000 tabs. And going through stuff. And pulling up multiple guides and all this other stuff. And then there's like side things you need to finish that you would not know existed if you didn't pull up a guide or like actually investigate. And I wish they would, like, change that UI-wise. Because in FF14, like, hidden mounts are just usually achievement mounts or something from a deep dungeon. But there's, like, it's not, like, it's very straightforward to figure them out. But in Guild Wars 2, it's very complicated. And then each mount has, like, a mastery track and all this other stuff, and I'm like, ah! Yeah, I've been losing my mind about that. It's infuriating. So I've been doing that, which has turned me into a nocturnal being of pure revenge against ArenaNet. I wish they would kind of simplify it a bit, or at least change the UI to something a little bit more comprehensive. Because the UI in Guild Wars 2 for like tracking these things is like absolutely horrendous, and it's infuriating when you're trying to get something done. I don't know. I feel like I know that like ArenaNet doesn't have the same like I think resources as Square Enix, but I feel like they could take a page out of the Square Enix's book about like how they keep updating their UI and customization around that. I don't know, I'm kind of ranting about it. It's just been infuriating me for the past week trying to get this unlocked. On getting the Shadowbringer's Dragon mount. I was like debating whether or not I wanted to run like Warrior of Light tonight, but I was like, it's the holidays, like it's been way too hectic. I just want to do something really chill and simple, and that is what I'm going to do. Just chill out, relax, not do anything mentally draining. Recover a little bit, you know. To get that mount, like Eden Shiva to get that mount, like that's the main thing. I really want that like Leviathan Centaur horse mount, so I guess I could also start trying to run that a bit more too. I need to just raise the gear score up pretty high when we run it, though. Okay, have those. Yeah. It's on my list of things to run, to work on. Just not a today thing, I guess. I don't know, I might try to do it on Wednesday. Like, what I might do is just maybe like midday my time on Wednesday, like just get on and stream this like absolute fucking catastrophe of trying to get the Shiva mount and just book all of Wednesday for just trying to get this Shiva mount. Like, just all of Wednesday is just running like Reflugens or whatever it's called, Savage, just trying to get this goddamn mount. Because all you have to do is beat it once. It's an achievement reward. Like, all I need to do is beat it once to get the achievement reward. Yeah. Oh wait, I don't think it's called maybe it's not Reflugens, maybe it's the other one. I don't know. I'm blank. I just know it as like the Shiva one, you know? Like, okay, are they moving it? Are we sitting or are we moving? I don't want to summon a primal for just sitting, tank. We're gonna move. I'm gonna wait to summon a primal. It doesn't really make sense for me to summon one in the midst of moving. I gotta wait till we're just sitting. Yeah. I don't know. I was like, well, I should prioritize getting all the dragons first before I go for that one. But I was like, fuck it. What do I actually want? I don't want to run Warrior of Light. I know I have to get the dragon, like, quiver mount, but I don't want to. Yeah, Refulgence, Savage, or I can't say the word. I know what it is. I know how it's spelled. I just don't think I'm pronouncing it for shit. Oh, the little yarn ball boy. Okay, now we just need to kill the yarn ball boy. It took me forever to understand what this mechanic was. I'm embarrassed by how long it took me to get that. I think it was just combining my, like, usual lack of direction with, whatever that is. Like, oh, it's actually, like, old school gaming, kind of. Yeah, like, we only need to beat it once. Like, that's all we need to do. We just need to get a bunch of people with, like, plus 600 gear score, like, who at least have watched the guide, some of which know the fight a bit, or work on the fight a bit. Like, we go in unsynced, we beat it once, we just get it done. Where are we going? That's green, we're going yellow. Come out. Oh, I gotta do my New Year's slideshow. Like, every New Year's I do a slideshow where I just put together all the pictures and memories. So I guess if anyone has, like, photos they want to go in the New Year's slideshow, like, hit me up and send me those so I can put them in the New Year's slideshow. Just, like, memories of everything together. I have a lot, but, yeah, I usually do that every New Year's. It's been going on for, like, 2 years now, so it's the third year. It's becoming a bit of a holiday tradition. Every New Year's, I just post all the photos of us together and reflect on how far we've come and gone. No, 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 no! This. DPS because I feel bad about calling them generic NPC number 5. Or generic Lancer number 5. I'm sorry! You're not generic! Oh my god, it is so fucking cold right now. Okay. I am going to go make sure the heat is on, and then I am going to close the goddamn door, because it's so cold. I'm freezing. I don't have natural fat. I can't keep myself warm. Why is it so cold? Yep, it's too cold. I'm not doing this. I have this blanket with a hood. It's got like a picture of a dragon on the back. It's freezing here. I don't like it. I have my space heater on. I still don't like it. No, it's too cold. I'm not doing this. I am done with the cold. I don't like it. Okay. Now that I have my cape on. Well, that didn't actually give me... I think I'm going to do... I think I'm gonna do Matoya's Relic. I'm gonna do Trials on my healer first. Nope, nothing spirit bound. The heat is on and it's still freezing! It's like been soupy for the past, like, I don't mean like soupy like muggy, I mean like soupy like, oh, you can join? Alright, cool, I'll invite you. I don't mean like soupy, like I'm gonna run trials and then I'm probably just gonna do Matoya's Relic to try to get these healer shoes that are dyeable. I have like a glam I want to do. Yeah, go whatever you want. I'm just gonna roll trials first. Hopefully it'll be something kind of easy. Yeah, I mean, it's been like gray, cold, windy, and like it looks like it's constantly about to thunderstorm, but it's too dry. So it has not been great here. Alright, yeah, let me know when you're ready and I'll load us in. Really, it's too cold. I'm not doing this. Alright, let's go. Okay, what are we gonna get? One snoozy little DPS. I know, it's so tempting. It's so tempting to fall asleep, little DPS. Oh, this isn't too bad. I was really worried we were gonna get something like way worse. But this isn't too bad. I like this pink reindeer we have going on here. Oh, Violet! I love your glam. Since I've run this, I vaguely have an idea of the mechs. It's been a while. I remember the like kinda okay. that was definitely a we don't do touchies. Okay. This level. Tiger. Like, I know there is a tiger mount, but I wish we got, like, Bakugo's tiger as a tiger mount. I think that'd be, like, absolutely amazing. Let me heal everyone before we go float. Nope, didn't get there in time. We'll be fine. We'll be fine when we do the floaty float. Is that on normal mode? Yeah, that's on normal mode. Okay.
My wrath is a ceaseless torrent.
Okay, falling time. Ah! Oh, the circle's smaller now. Everyone get in! Yeah, I kind of went overkill in the healing there. I think we didn't need to put Azai's down. I mean, I know it's what I'm supposed to do, but I probably didn't need to do it. I think we're all like, we all seem to know what we're doing here, so it's not that big a deal.
Lightning Shell!
This is fun. mean, doing this the last time I did this, it was like the unsynced extreme version. Different mechanics and different mindset than the synced regular version. I forgot how good the music was here, though. God damn. There we go. Okay. All right. Someone else was new. That's why we got this. All right. Yeah. Let's go do Matoya's relic. Just because I want the shoes for the healer. Is there anything you want? Because I won't roll on it if you want it. I just want the healer shoes. That's kind of it. I already have the caster ones, so. But if there's anything you want, Violet, I won't roll on it. I'll let you get it. Or I'll try to make sure you get it. Oh my god, I'm so cold. I'm just gonna huddle. Let's do a little huddle. Oh, it's all winter I'm gonna be like this, okay? I will probably be like this until like March or like April. This will be how I am. I'll just be this, I'll get a really nice outfit going and then I'll just be this like in a blanket, just like this, constantly. I really don't process cold correctly. Alright, okay, cool. Just making sure if there's like something you want, you know. I just did that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, that's a grind. I guess we could do leveling too, if you want to do that. I need to like build up some storm seals. Just been lazy about it. I'm just going to huddle in the blanket of chillness. I have the heater on, I have the space heater on, I'm still freezing. I'm not allowed to raise the heater though. I'm not allowed to do that, so. I forgot how much taller I am than you because I maxed out my height. Didn't the music video, we didn't come out so well though? Oh my god, that music video is like one of the better ones I've done. Here we go. I was very happy with how the Do You Want to Date My Avatar music video came out. It was just so good. I think I'm gonna do one with Inuyasha Nero next. Well, no, actually, next I think I'm gonna do like maybe like a kind of low-key music video. But I'm not really. I've been debating the songs. Because there's some songs I like, but they're just really long, and like I have a good concept for them, but executing said concept might be more difficult. I don't know, I'm debating. Yeah, just coat everything in a little overtime damage and let it do its work while we run. While we run, everything can still get some damage going. And then when we actually get to our destination, it's holy time! Oh my god, that sounds like the worst Bible Belt superhero ever. It's holy time! I can just imagine that being part of some like really shitty like children's Christian TV show. You know, like the animated ones that have like a budget of like nothing. Hammerfist doesn't do that. The monk trainer. That sounds like the kind of thing he'd say or do. This one's a better class quest NPCs. Alright, I'm sorry, Ziggy. Well, no, this is actually Ziggy's son. So, I have a question. Are Spriggans like dung beetles? Because some of them have attached themselves to like golems and rocks. So, are they just like parasitic dung beetles? Like, is that what we're rolling with here? I feel like because of how many like things Spriggans have attached themselves to, at this point they're basically parasitic dung beetles. I mean, I guess the rocks aren't really their poop. Are the rocks their poop? Good question. Do Spriggans poop rocks? But like, they have to be like parasitic type dung beetle-esque in how they act. Because they like stay connected to some of the things they attach themselves to. Like Ziggy and the son of Ziggy are attached to those rocks. So they have to be like parasitic dung beetles. There's not really an in-between. I don't know. That feels like a legitimate question that is also maybe not one I should have asked. But like, I wish FF14 had like a bestiary or like, you know, like a monster manual, but like for FF14, so I could see if Spriggans poop rocks. That'd be useful. That'd be really useful. That's the ones of casting, not healing. Ah, I just did the ones of healing. I already have the ones of casting. This is just, yeah. I just wanted the ones of healing. I don't know. Hello, Froggo. Are these I think those are the PvP ones. I'm trying to figure out if these are the PvP ones or Palace of the Dead ones. They are blue, so probably not. because the PvP ones are the like bird, like animal gear basically. I don't remember them being blue. Now I just lay everything down. I don't know why they cast Hollow Ground there. Stun works pretty effectively on these guys. Some of the, like, sometimes stun is less than effective because, like, it only works, like, every other time or something like that. Like, if you're actually paying attention to your, like, white mage effects, like, stun doesn't work, like, the stun from Holy does not work 100% of the time. But when it does work, it's pretty goddamn effective. It kind of depends on a lot of things, though. Just those are gonna kind of. We get another caster because I feel like we're due for another caster. I feel like we're due for another caster in our lineup. We have a distinct lack of casters, so I feel like we're due for another one. So that is the hope. Physical DPS, but I feel like, yeah, those are the two with the least, so I feel like that's what we're gonna get, or we're gonna get both. I mean, you never know. But, yeah. I'm hoping we get, like, or we can get something like Geomancer. I think Geomancer would be kind of cool. They gotta give us a Geomancer eventually. Or like Puppet Master, like kind of like how like an Illusion Master like Mesmer is in Guild Wars 2. We could get something like that in FF14. Might work with the whole like void thing. But I mean, we still have a really long time before we're gonna get to that point. So who knows where the storyline's gonna be taking us by then. Debating going to the fan fest that's gonna happen in Las Vegas. I'm debating it. I think it'd be fun to go. I don't know if I will. Why is it not letting me go up? Thank you. I don't know if what my life will look like in 2024. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to go. All the way back here, not hitting people with that. Blood lilies! like, live, like, fan fest where, we are, like, able to watch it live. I'll probably stream myself reacting to it. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. Like, if they're gonna do something like that. But I think it'd be really fun to go. I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing that far in the future. I have, way too many mental illnesses to, like, make that many long-term plans. And I don't mean that in, like, a, I just mean, I mean that in, like, a coping way, not in, like, a suicidal way. I don't wanna, like, make people worried. I'm not that, like, I'm not that depressed. I've made gains from that point in my life, but, it's more just like when you're coping with a lot of mental health issues and a lot of health issues in general, you tend not to make very many long-term plans because it's just very exhausting to make those long-term plans and expectations. So what you end up doing a lot of times is just trying to make it through like the week or a day or just plan for the next week or the next day or all of that stuff. Like it's not like, you know, a bad thing. It's just, you know, proper coping mechanisms of just being like, you know, one day at a time. So like, yes, it is something I would look forward to, but I'm not gonna plan like 2 years ahead because I don't know what's gonna happen, you know? Especially with like all the way the world is right now, it feels like, you know, shit could hit the fan at any time and we're just gonna be rolling with it, so yeah. I just love this, like, gay techno lava. Makes me so happy. I gotta admit, some of the housing items look really good in the upcoming patch, too. Like the falling water partition. I'm also gonna try to get the FC a house. I'm gonna try to get the FC a house in an area that is coveted, like Verdania or, Sudane. I'm, like, gonna passively start doing that. I mean, I like Ishgard, I'm not gonna lie, Ishgard's okay, but you know, location is true everywhere. If we are all going to be kicking ass together, we can all be doing it in style together, with a kick-ass house that we can use for events and stuff. That's kind of the goal. I should not have done that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let all those go on cooldown. I think it'll be okay. Did you see the pink elephant mount we're getting for the Lolaporits? It's not as cool as the jellyfish mount, okay? But it is pretty, it's pretty neat. Like, I think some of the new mounts they announced are pretty good looking, and I still want to get the mount from, like, finishing Heaven on High, like, for a bunch of times. The problem is, it's just because of the naturally frustrating and depressing nature of trying to finish Heaven on High. Like, oh my god. You need a group that's, like, really dedicated to it, and I don't want to put anyone through that mental exhaustion. if they're not all wanting to go through that mental exhaustion and that grindiness. Oh, nice. Someone was taking their time, so my cooldowns went okay. But I guess the new dungeon's like a continuation of like some story, so there might be some like some stuff you might recognize, like the new deep dungeon. And I'm excited to run the new deep dungeon. Like I'm very excited for that. I'm trying to restart the farming party so we can run the new deep dungeon. And get some of the items from the newer one. I mean, I am gonna have to like max out my my stuff on the side. Like I'll probably do the new one for a minute and then like passively on the side I'm gonna run like the first part of it until I get to 99 and everything. So I'm just gonna rerun the first part over and over again. Should be pretty easy in the beginning because a lot of people will want to do it. A little harder with stuff like Heaven on High right now because not a lot of people are trying it. Ooh, I wonder how the new weapons are gonna look too, because there's gonna have to be, there's usually new weapons that like come with the deep dungeons. So the new weapons might look good too. That's another reason to max everything out to 99. Getting the new Ether Blade or whatever weapons. I wonder if we're getting a new, like, Allegan 2 gear thing. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember if that was announced or not. It'd be cool if we could get, like, a new Allegan 2, like, gear score thing, but maybe they're gonna have the Alliance raid kind of be that first. The Alliance raid is mostly just like a way to play catch-up, so probably not. Can't remember if that was announced or not. Maybe it slipped through the cracks. I feel like sometimes that happens when something seems rather uneventful. I've started to get a little bit passive-aggressive about melee DPSs and limit breaking in high-level or dungeons. Like, anything 80 and up, I feel like you should, like, anything like 70 and up, I feel like you should know. Like, or like at least 75 and up. Like, you should know. And then, like, if I'm playing, like, a ranged or caster DPS, and, like, the melee DPS isn't doing their goddamn job, I wait for it to get to like 5% and then I just do it. I'm like, well, you weren't doing your job. I'm gonna do your job if you're not gonna do it. What should we do next, Violet? Okay, let's get a picture of us in these Christmassy outfits. This is very cute. I didn't mean for this to come off Christmassy, it just kind of did. Just a little something for the New Year's slideshows. Let me Nope. There we go. Hi, Inuash and Nero! How are you today? Alright, let me get some pictures. Oh yeah, those boots go really well with that. I didn't even think of those boots. I should have thought of those boots. I did not even think of boots like that. I should have thought of that. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Do you want to do leveling? Violet, you want to do leveling? Inuash, you want to join us? No pressure if you're busy. I'm very cold, which is why I'm wearing the blanket today. I know I didn't do that on Instagram, but I wasn't aware I was gonna be this cold. Alright, cool. Just making sure. Yeah, alright, cool, yeah. All good, we'll wait. The Starlight music, some of my favorite celebration music. Some of the celebration music, like every time there's a celebration, I just avoid staying in celebration zones because I do not want to listen to it 24/7. Starlight music, on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, I'll stick around. Alright, what did I get? Oh. It's +8. I don't need that. I don't need +8. Any weapons that are cool? Maybe I should snag this. What does this look like? Oh, that's a choice. Not keeping that one. I got the casting shoes. So the healer shoes look exactly like the casting shoes, except they're dyeable and it kind of dyes like really well. And I already have the casting shoes. I just want the healer shoes. I have like a glam I want to make, but I need the healer shoes from that one. And it drives me goddamn insane. Oh my god, that glamour, Violet. Oh my fucking god. That is gorgeous. What boots are those? Kurmu boots of aiming. Oh my god. Damn, Violet's winning all the glam awards. Here, I'll invite you. I see you in. Okay, the game doesn't see you in. Unless you're in another world. Oh yeah, you are on another world. Okay. I will invite you to party. Oh, that's really good. Fuck it. That's amazing, Violet. I know one of the things I've been liking about Island Sanctuary so far is that if you do like max it out routinely, it is a lot easier now to get dye, like to get nice dye. Like all this ruby red dye I just got from like doing Island Sanctuary like weekly. It's been very useful at high level glam wars. I am so much taller than you. Oh my god. I didn't realize the height difference was this massive with the Auras. God damn, I didn't realize it was like this massive. When you like max out height versus like not. I didn't realize that. Alright, I'm inviting. customization, I think they should add more like areas you can be in for the customization screen, because there's not a really good way to like gauge your height, like how tall your character actually is in the real world. Which I think is like, I think the closest is kind of like, you kind of get some perspective if you like switch it around, but there's still not a good way of like gauging how tall you are compared to your environment. And I feel like they should add more backgrounds in the customization screen, so you can like see how tall you are compared to your environment, and like you can like kind of have some more lighting options, because they have like midday and like not midday. But, you know, maybe they'll add it when they, like, do all the, when they, like, update the graphics. Maybe they'll add something like that where you can, like, see it. But, yeah, I would absolutely love it if they added some more, like, backgrounds that at least had, like, the height differential. Because, like, it's kind of hard to gauge sometimes. Oh, you're fine, Nira. You're fine. Oh, I see you. Damn, that is also a good glam. Alright, we all ready for leveling? Oh my god, what gun is that? Is that the one? Is that Hyperion? So that's the one from the outfit, right? Or is it just like dyed white? That looks good. Alright, cool. Okay, what should we do for leveling? Let me know when y'all are ready. Hold. That's not what I meant to do. Alright. Oh, you have the little Anima Fairy too! The Anima Fairy is kind of cute. I mean, it's weird, but it's also kind of cute. Like, I like the concept of the Anima Fairy. Alright, let us go. Clear selection there. Leveling. Yeah, I need to build up my storm seals. I've just been really lazy about it. What we gonna get? Oh, okay, not too bad. Could have been worse. You guys are definitely dressed for Mount Gold. This is definitely a Mount Gold. Violet and Inuash and Nero definitely dressed for the Mount Gold angelic scene. Hey Savage, how are you today? How's life? Hopefully the holidays weren't too stressful for all. I am cold, so I'm wearing a blanket.
So it is you.
Alright, I'm gonna do my best to keep you alive.
My new paradise.
I actually kind of like the glamour from Mount Gold a bit too. I think it's actually kind of nice. Oh my god, these long ass AoEs. Oh, I forgot how hard it is in the first pull when, like, I have no lilies. Once I build up lilies, it's all fine and dandy, but like, with White Mage, it's like, the first one, you use a lot more of your, like cast abilities, and then you build up lilies, and then it's just like, ah, okay. Gotta build up those lilies now. Yep, there we go. I hear them click, click, clicking. Oh, I did not mean to press that. I pressed 2 buttons at the same time and it rolled the dice. Okay, well. Dealing with that, I guess. There we go. I'm kind of sad that they announced that the Manderville weapons are now going to only look like badass or whatever. Because, like, I really just wanted a giant frying pan. And looking at the comments from that announcement, I'm not the only one that wanted a giant frying pan, okay? I'm not the only one that wanted Warrior to get a giant frying pan. So, I feel like maybe they'll see that and maybe in the future we'll get some sort of weapon where Warrior can get a giant frying pan. I am very excited for the I don't know if anyone saw the design contest submissions, but the Warrior one that won is like a bomb, like one of those bomb fire things strapped to a stick, which makes me very happy, and I hope there's like some sort of squishy, like explodey sound effect that comes with it. I am very excited to get the axe that is a bomb strapped to a stick, and so I can whack people with it. That would make me very happy. And I'm hoping that they release a pufferfish version of it too. But yeah. I'm very ecstatic about that. But like, I really just wanted a frying pan. Come on. I mean, badass weapons are fun, but like, frying pan. Do you know how many like Tangled Rapunzel like glamours we could have? That'd be a nice reprieve from all the people doing Snow White. Like, there's so many people who do a Snow White glam. I would like to see the Tangled Rapunzel, there was a frying pan glam. That would make me happy. I guess you would probably do it for Culinarian. But like, that's not the same. The orbs is coming up soon. Yeah, here are the orbs. Okay, I think this is gonna be... yeah. Okay, I am directionally challenged, so we shall see what happens. This mount. It took me forever to get this mount, and I was so happy when I got it. It was like the shit having this one for a while, but the like T-Rex mount from the most recent one is not as good. Just not as good. I feel like they could have given us something better, and they went for like the lowest. I think they went for like the lowest thing. I don't know, some of the rewards and like for like getting like stuff done I feel like post-Endwalker were kind of shitty. Like, getting all your classes to 90, that was a kind of shitty reward. Like, that was a pea headdress. It was not good. It was like a feathered headdress with pea-colored yellow. It was not good. It was bad. Like, really, really bad. So, like, I feel like they kind of, like, I feel like maybe the newer mounts that they're releasing, maybe they kind of realize they dropped the ball a bit. Or, you know, maybe they'll take the feedback into it next year. But, yeah, I'm like, the airship mount looks really good. I'm hoping that it seats, like, multiple people.
Debate like insects. I will not suffer it.
Oh, shut up, Aubrey. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm just gonna spam bully. Demon wall. And here we go. Yeah, the glam from this dungeon is like a different version of the World of Darkness glam, kind of. Some of it's very, like, similar to the World of Darkness glam, but it's more like a dyeable, I don't know if all of it's dyeable. I think some of it's might be dyeable version of it, but yeah.
Come no closer, filthy creatures.
So it's actually kind of an easier way to get that without having to, I mean, if you want the, like, gothy look of it, you're probably gonna have to run World of Darkness, which I know a lot of people don't want to do, but for the most part, probably run this, and I did not need to do that. It's okay, we got time. This is just such a big pull. I'm just pulling in the big guns. And Violet are both dressed perfectly for this part of the dungeon. The main glam part. Like the perfect spot. The glamour gods have smiled upon us today. Okay, well I could have waited to do that, but I'm just gonna redo it. I don't need to do it perfectly, I just need to keep everyone alive. Boss was designed after somebody had a really hard time solving a rubric, and they just wanted to make everyone else suffer the same way they did. You know when you have that, where like you work really hard on something and you can never figure it out, and you're just like, ah! And then you want everyone else to suffer for it? I feel like this was the inspiration behind that. Somebody at Square Enix who's in boss design just like had a really tough day with a Rubik's Cube. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. Alright, we got towers. rotating deal. Oh, those weren't really towers. That was kind of like a AoE thing. I guess calling them towers is a bit of a misnomer. Actually, maybe that's not the correct word either. Now that I think about it. Samurai had 1 foot out of bounds. I empathize with that. I have been there. It sucks. Having the 1 foot out of bounds sucks ass. And you're like, but I had 1 foot out. I was so close. We have conquered the Rubik's Cube. Oh, there's a treasure just there. I'm gonna grab that.
I am righteousness,
Yeah, it's basically World of
and
Darkness stuff.
righteousness will prevail.
Same.
Ah, can't you do anything by yourself?
How I feel sometimes leading a Warrior of Light group. Can't you guys do anything by yourselves? I don't want to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean, okay? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, sometimes when we're farming the Warrior of Light, I'm like, okay, you're not new anymore. We've done this a couple times. Can't you do anything by yourselves? Ooh, I forgot how big of a pole this was. Okay, let me bring in the big guns here. Keep the tank alive, the rest will follow suit. We are all good. Okay, not as bad as I was anticipating. It's actually pretty chill. We all know what we're doing, and we're doing our jobs well. I sounded like Ada from Abbott Elementary there. When she's talking to Gregory, she's like, oh, you're doing good. He's like, I'm just doing my job. She's like, well, you're doing it well. Doing your job well. Had a flashback to watching that episode. Abbott Elementary is actually a really good show. I liked it a lot. I mean, there were some parts where I was like, eh, but like I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a good show. It reminded me of, well, not entirely, but it reminded me a little bit of like the first season of like AP Bio, which was a show on like NBC for a little bit before it got like really weird with second and third season, and I kind of stopped watching it. But oh my god, and AP Bio is great. AP Bio was about this like teacher who was just done. Well, he wasn't really done. So he wasn't really a teacher. He was like a writer, and he was teaching this course as a favor to one of his friends at the school with like AP Bio students. But he was extremely angry with like his ex-wife's new like fiance, who like wrote a book. So he basically spent the entire class teaching his students to scam his ex-fiance's new like boyfriend or whatever. It was great, but it was also just some dark ass humor. Like there was some really shit dark humor in that. First season was good, but then it got really weird. But yeah. And yep. there's a bit about these raccoons that just keep dying, and how he's like trying to decide if it's morally good to keep killing these raccoons because they witnessed the other raccoon dying, and it's just one of the funniest dark humory shits I've ever seen. Like, oh my god. It's hilarious, but it's just like, so I accidentally killed one raccoon, and then I look over and its friend is standing right there, and then it's just like this domino effect of just raccoon killing. And this whole class is just listening to the teacher talk about raccoon killing before trying to find ways to like scam his ex-fiance's new boyfriend or whatever. Oh my god.
Stop that, damn you! I don't care what it takes!
Alright, let's hope this thing dies. Okay, it's got its shields up. This fight is really pretty, but it's very, very bright and shiny. Well, I'm not good at this one. Okay, I say that, but then I actually got that correct, surprisingly. Yeah, sometimes I surprise myself. Oh, that's gonna be... Yep, nope, and then sometimes I don't surprise myself and I crash and burn and I get cheese stacks. And that's okay. This is not serious content. All we have to do is stay alive and we'll be fine. So I just keep everyone alive, power through the cheese stacks. I mean, I got through Pegglethon with the tank having like 10 stacks on that one boss, so I'm gonna be fine. I don't think that's how it's pronounced either. I don't know, lately I've been on like a disaster like TV show kick. So I watched the one about like when that volcano in New England exploded that's on Netflix. And like anytime you watch these documentaries, speaking as like a history major student or whatever, like anytime you watch these documentaries, you need to be like very critical because like a lot of times it's very over dramatized, or you're not getting like the full story because they're trying to paint a narrative. I thought the one about the New Zealand volcano that erupted, I thought that was relatively fair. Hey Alquin! It's going well. I am cold, so I am wearing a blanket. Just talking about some of the shows I watched lately. Yeah, I thought the one about the New Zealand volcano that exploded on Netflix, I thought that was relatively fair. The one that they did on the Nepal earthquake, there's a lot of rich fuckers who are just whiny little bitch, self-serving bitches. I thought of all the people they interviewed, like, most of the people they interviewed for that documentary series, I ended up just kind of hating. Like, I'm gonna be honest, yes, a lot of them were in real peril. Some of them I actually liked, like the person who like ran the guides and like actually put in work to like save people. Yeah, I liked him. The people who lost all their home and then had to deal with those fucking tourists like looting their bodies. I mean, I thought he was actually there and the others were just like privileged fuckers blowing it out of proportion. And maybe that's what they're trying to portray, but it feels like that's not what they're trying to portray. I don't know. It was an interesting documentary. Wow, also, what does it look like when it's out? Okay. I mean, it wasn't a bad documentary. It was just, you know, kind of like, I don't really care about, like, I don't know if they were able to get, like, they weren't able to get, like, a lot of, like, I think, I kind of wish they got more of the, like, people that actually work there. Like, the first episode, pretty much everyone they interviewed was, like, white and privileged, okay? And, like, it's, you know, they're talking about, like, how the earthquake affected, like, Everest and shit. I get that. But, like, at the same time, there are Sherpas that, like, work on Everest every day, all day, and they risk their lives for very little. Like, the mistreatment of the Sherpas on Everest is a huge conversation whenever you're talking about Mount Everest and the whole mountain, like, community. That's a huge conversation, and the documentary did not really touch on that. It didn't really interview any of them till, like, the second episode or whatever, and I was just kind of pissed because I was like, I don't want to hear from some guy who's, like, wants to, like, pay or whatever. Like, I don't want to hear from, like, these, like, fuckers who seem like entitled assholes. I want to hear from the people who actually, like, do a lot of the work here and, like, actually, like, yeah, it was just, like, I was just kind of, like, I thought the documentary was fair. I just thought they should have gotten, like, other people to interview. They did interview a guy who was, like, HIV positive and was, like, an advocate for, like, people with HIV doing stuff, and I thought that was cool, and he was also, like, you know, from Nepal, and, like, actually kind of understood a lot more of the culture, which I thought was cool. But, like, most of the people, I mean, there were, like, they call them, like, the Israelis, like, in the, thing, and I'm using quotation marks because that's literally how they say it in the documentary, not because I'm, like, doubting their heritage or whatever. I'm just saying it, like, I'm using quotation marks because that's how they say it. And, like, most of the people in this, like, quote-unquote, what the documentary says, the Israeli, like, area, I thought they were, like, assholes who were, like, privileged and over-paranoid. One of the guys in the group I actually thought was decent. And the other two I thought were just, like, really assholey. But one of the guys was actually decent. The other two, like, they basically, like, this one town got wiped out by the earthquake, and they went down there, and they basically, like, took a bunch of, they went into a box that was locked, took a bunch of money and pictures out of this box, and then went back to the like, couple of locals who legit lost their entire town in this catastrophic event in the middle of nowhere, and were like, we found money, when they were really going down to look for food, and it was just, and then they were like, they had a GPS, and they sent people saying, like, we're worried we're gonna get killed, and, like, in our sleep or whatever, and I was like, oh my god, like, they were like, it was, like, the most, like, Karen-esque behavior I've seen from someone who was not your typical Karen. I was just like, as someone who has PTSD and has been in, like, truly dangerous situations, I was just like, you guys served in the military, you should know better. But they were also saying, like, oh, we didn't really see human faces, like, when we were fighting in the military. And I was like, okay, like, what is happening here? Like, I don't know, that whole documentary was just, like, I was like, can you get some better people to interview? Like, they got some good people, but a lot of them, I just, like, I'm like, yeah, I can't really empathize with somebody who, like, doesn't care about the other people affected in the earthquake. And a lot of the people they interviewed were, like, these wealthy people who paid, like, $40,000 to climb Everest, and then when shit hit the fan, instead of actually, like, helping out their fellow members and people who actually, like, work there and do stuff, they just threw hissy fits about not being able to climb Everest, or not being able to get off the mountain or whatever. And, like, instead of, like, actually, like, helping people out, you know? And, like, that, it's just very hard to empathize with somebody that, or, like, you know, stealing money from the locals, and it's very hard to empathize with people who lack so little empathy for those around them. And I think that didn't make the documentary look very good. I just think they should have gotten some, like, actually better people to interview. But no, they got some assholes and some people that were good. I don't know, I could rant about this. I was kind of infuriated about it. I was, like, the whole time I was like, okay, I don't care about this fucker who doesn't care about other people who are actually hurt and injured. And therefore, I don't give a shit about watching this. It's just, yeah. Let me check, ooh, I guess I got that. Let me check my currency real quick. Just want to make sure I'm not going over. Do y'all want to do normal raids? We could do normal raids. Wow, tanks are in very high demand today. Oh yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. Yeah, we could do pics on the Starlight Mount. I mean, we can't really do it here. I would say most of the pics I got on the Starlight Mount I did in Ishgard and Korthus, like just right outside our FC house. So yeah, let's go to the FC house and I guess Violet, that'd just be like clicking on us, but yeah. Go to the FC house and we can take pictures on the Starlight Celebration Mount outside. Because you can actually have mounts in the housing district and there's still Christmas trees and snow. Yeah, I'm trying to get all my pictures in for the New Year's slideshow. I'm still debating what song to use first. So yeah, just go upstairs. And there's there's a couple of really nice Christmas tree displays. There's a small one like down here, and then if you keep going up, there's a really good Christmas display. Sorry, just checking something. There's a really good Christmas display like right here. This is a bigger one, but it's actually got like all the stars and stuff. And the snowflakes. Oh, I love this deer mount. Its head kind of looks like a pit bull head, which makes me happy. Look at it. It kind of has a pity head. At least that's how my pit bull looks. You want to come do photos with us, Nero, or you want to just stay there? We're just gonna get some photos of all of us on the reindeer mount in front of this like Christmassy thing. But you don't have to if you're not up for it. How they kind of went like bigger with the horns too. I mean, the funny thing is, I mean, they do. They have like this little like square. It's a very like pity shape, pity head shape. I mean, real reindeers are actually like much smaller than this. These look a lot more like elk. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen elk, but elk are kind of like this. Real reindeers, though, are actually like kind of like more like goat-like. They're not as like big as this. They're more goat-like, and these look more like Thule elk. Which, if you haven't seen a Thule elk are amazing. There's a lot of them around where I live, and I'm not like super close to where I live, but like, you know, within like 30 minutes of where I live, there's a lot of Thule elk, and they're very cool. Ah, you have the little like boar in the blanket. Ah, okay. Let's get a good photo. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Let's see what I'm working with here. It's kind of pretty. Okay, let's have it where we're not facing the camera, but we are looking at the camera. Oh, that's nice. Kind of get the after effects there. There we go. Trying to make it so it doesn't look like that is coming out of Inuash's head. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. But I need to get everyone. Okay. Maybe. It is hard to kind of do this with the antlers. The deers. I'm sure you guys are gonna get some better photos. I'm just gonna zoom right the fuck in. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to get a bunch of pictures for the New Year's slideshow. Alright. Y'all wanna do normal raids next? Oh, I'm sorry, I moved. Let me know if you guys are taking pictures when you're done, and we could do something like, yeah, normal raids next. I love this deer mount. I also love that you can technically get it on the free trial, too, because the Starlight Celebration starts at level 15. So it's like, technically it's like a free trial mount, because you can, I mean, you just have to be level 15. It's technically a free mount. Like, that's what's really cool about it as well. Like, the fact that, like, you can... I also love that for New Year's, for like the Heavens Turn event, we're getting a full armor set instead of like a crappy hat. So that makes me happy. Like, we're actually getting like decent items instead of just like a crappy hat I'm gonna stick in my armory chest forever. So, but yeah, that also starts at like level, I think that starts at, yeah, like level 15. So that would also be like technically a free armor set. If, I feel like a lot of people that play MMOs, they kind of experience events sort of more on the line of like, it's an end game thing. But in FF14, it's actually kind of an early game thing. It's not even an end game thing. Oh my god, yes, the snowman. I remember the snowman mount. Oh my god, where is the snowman mount? I need to get that out. I forgot about, remember when everyone was making snowman towers and we just had like massive snowman towers all around Eorzea? That was great. This is still one of my favorite ones to use in Frontline, by the way. You just kind of... I love this in Frontline. It's just, hey! Gonna throw this snowman head at you. We just all kind of hide. Just hiding. I remember like some of those very long snowman towers that would take place in like Corthius and stuff. It was just like snowman towers to the sky. Of course now you can get this on the Mog Station because it was like from a past event, but... Oh yep, the bear mount too. Bears were fun. I liked how it looked swimming, actually. I just love how dumb the snowman is. Honestly, I think one of the reasons I like the snowman mount a lot is because it kind of looks like something you'd get for a tribe quest. It kind of gives me like very like Great Worm of Ronka vibes. But we got it for an event, not a tribe quest. Like, it's very top tier quality of derp, and I love it. Like, it gives me, like, Great Worm of Ronka vibes, even though we technically didn't... I'm trying to find my Great Worm of Ronka. Where is it? Here it is. Like, you have the Great Worm of Ronka, which is like a worm in a barrel, and then you can kind of... Like, what the fuck? I just love how derpy this is. Oh yeah, Chi's good too. I got Chi finally. The nice thing about having like everybody doing the Ultima Thule, like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy tribe quest, is that there were so many people in the vicinity of Chi that like it was spawning off all the time. So I was actually able to like get Chi while I was just there. The Great Worm of Ronka is a thing in Shadowbringers. It's kind of like it's fun. It's a fun little like series of quests. But yeah. Oh, I got the Cackerel like a long time ago. Although you can now get it from the Moogle event. I'm trying to find my my Chi one. I'm just forgetting where it is. Oh yeah, here it's with the other mech. Yeah, this is from the Omega quest, and you get it from doing a fate, and it just kind of puts you in a little Chi bot, and then you just kind of. Whee! Frogget's great. Frogget! That's what you get from the Formidable Fate. You have to collect things. I remember getting Frogget. Frogget was great. We all hail to the Froggets! That's not what they're called. I just call them that. Trying to find another good joke mount. I mean, there's a lot of maps that are serious. But then there's a lot of maps that are jokes. Oh, this was the most recent, like, PvP tier mount. I love it. It's like a dragon that glows. Oh, this was the, one from the jellyfish from the, he's so small. It's the jellyfish from the, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Tribe Quest series. The little lightning thing that it does. It makes you so tiny, though. You're just in this little floaty jellyfish. It's got a good sound effect. I'm so happy. This is one of my favorite ones, honestly. Then we have Argos. Argos is great. You get Argos for finishing Endwalker. It's an achievement mount, so you just get it for finishing Endwalker. But Argos is great. Look how nice the Argos is. I was hoping we'd get an Argos minion at some point. I want to get an Argos minion. Then we have the Mandrogas. Mandrogas are these, like, plant creatures in Eorzea that have a hierarchy. And these are from Island Sanctuary. So you can get these just by farming Island Sanctuary. I'm so jealous of that Mount Violet. That's from one of the Eden Savage raids, and I am so jealous of it. I want that mount so goddamn badly. It's so cool. Oh, Inuyasha is on the sperm mount. That's from the Yokai Watch event. The sperm mount. I didn't want to add that to my favorites. No. I got the rat mount from the Citadel Subterrane from getting all the like story things. I love the Sulky mount. I love the minion too. The minion's amazing. Oh, then we have the Mikoshi mount with the Namazu. I love how like this guy in the back, like right here, is just dead. His eyes have just rolled back and he's just dead. Well, there's some Namazu like carrying you around. It's so dumb and I just love it. I love how absolutely dumb this is. I have the witch's broom from one of the Halloween events. That's fun. Then this is the one that we just fought in Mount Gulg. I farmed hunts for this one. It's pretty cool. Then of course I have my mentor mount, which is like a 2-person mount. Oh, I have that one too. I have Ixion. I got it from a past Moogle event though. I didn't actually farm it. It was easier to get it from the Oh yeah, that one is a 2-person mount. I forgot about that. I feel like yeah. This was the first one that made me start my like Tribe Quest mount, which was the Manta Ray mount. I just wanted a Manta Ray. Actually convinced me to do Tribe Quest for crafting and gathering too. And then of course you can't have a derpy mount list without having your Piggle mount. The Piggy mount, the Flying Pig mount is like from the Pixie Tribe Quest. It's like top tier derp. Then you have Air Force from like Kefka Savage. With the little piranhas going num num. Num num, little piranhas. Num, I must chase you with my little piranhas. This is what I want, which is like, to get all the dragons, you get this mount at the end. Which is like the mech dragon. That's what I want. Like, I want to get all the dragons so I can get that mecha dragon mount. Danger Noodle mount. Pretty good. The new one from the Savage tier is like a fire snake, which is amazing. So like that's on my list now too. I have a lot that are just on my list of things I'm trying to get. I like this one as well. Little Gobwalker one. Isn't too bad. Oh, we got the Fenrir mount from the Gold Saucer too. At that. Yeah, that's a fun one to get from the Gold Saucer. And like when it flies, there's all these ice crystals. I guess. Oh, I have the egg mount from the Easter event. I love the egg mount from the Easter event. You just like spawn a little like chickie. Yeah. I have both griffins. I have the one from the collector's edition, then I have one from the Amalja tribe. The white one. I also have... Why is it not with the griffin? That's annoying. Where'd my elephant go? Okay, so I have this one, which is also from, I think, the Amalja Beast Tribe quest. It's like massive, though. Unfortunately, it's not 2-person, although we are getting another elephant. We're getting a pink elephant. I think I was gonna run something, and now I'm just doing a showcase of mounts. It kind of devolved into a showcase of mounts. It kind of devolved into, like, here's all the crazy mounts you can get, and here's where to get them. The Wyvern is getting, like, you have to do, like, Ish Guardian, and Stormblood hunt logs. And then if you get enough marks, you get 500, and then you turn them in for books, and then you have to get, like, 6 books to get the wyvern. So, yeah, I haven't seen, like, I've rarely seen one. And then this is from Palace of the Dead. It's Avery's head. And if you don't know the story of Avery's head, just wait till you get there. I use this one for my minor. Oh, I also have a bed mount. I think Ambrose made the bed mount for me. Yeah. Ambrose made this for me after, like, out of stuff we got in Palace of the Dead. I have the chair, too. Tori made me the chair. I think I also have the one Violet's on as well. I'm trying to remember if I do or not. I might just have the minion. Yeah, I might just have the minion. I don't know, I have somebody, like, there's no limit on mounts and minions. You can have all of them. Like, there's not a limit. There's not a limit. Like, it's just, you can have all of them and more. I got all the PvP mounts, too. Like, from the Makai event. I got this one, which has, like, gold wings. Then there's, like, this one, which has, like, the silver wings. Then there's this one, which, like, summons, like, the big, giant, like, tail. I use this for my samurai. It's a very good samurai mount. Then, you know, there's the Amaro from getting all your classes to 80. More of a sentimental mount, like Argos, kind of. Oh yeah, I got the tractor from, Island Sanctuary. The, like, tractor motorbike. And I got the, if you get your conjurer to level, like, 30 and you unlock White Mage, there's a special side quest where you can unlock a unicorn mount. I rarely use it. I prefer my nightmare. If I am gonna use a unicorn, which is 3% drop rate from Garuda. Yeah, I spend a lot of time trying to collect mounts in this game. Trying to get all the ones I can. The Falcon mount is like the special, like, fan-made mount. I call it the dick mount because I think it looks like a dildo. So the Falcon mount is a special fan-made mount that's actually available this Moogle event. Although I got it at a previous one. But I think it looks like a dildo. So I've just been calling it the dildo mount for, like, ever. And then there's the gorilla. There's different versions of the gorilla, but apparently there's a new mecha gorilla coming out, too. But you can get, like, a King Kong gorilla from Skysteel Sanctuary as well. Or, I mean, people sell it on the market board, too, but it's very expensive on the market board. So, yeah, but you can get it, yeah. So I found it easier to do Skysteel Sanctuary, but I'm also very good at the whole, like, mundane. I'm just gonna dick around doing mundane shit and listening to stuff in the background. I think I just listened to, like, lectures for college. Oh my god, Violet has this mount, which is from the market board, but I find this mount to be so creepy. The Spriggan mount from the market board. Violet has it. It's, like, the creepiest thing ever. When we were shooting for the music video, Violet kept, like, scaring me with this. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's scary! And it brings my whole, like, our Spriggan's, like, dung beetles, like, parasitic dung beetles with rocks into question. Hey Lex, how are you doing today? Yeah, the Falcon mount is a dildo mount. Like, I mean, serious. Okay, look at this. Inuyasha Nero, get your sperm mount out. Get your yokai sperm mount out, okay? We're gonna do something very not safe for work. But, okay, this is a dildo. I don't know if Inuyasha Nero is here, but there's the yokai, like, sperm mount, right? So, like, you have a dildo mount, and you have a sperm mount! Like, yes! See, Violet has it! See? Why? Why? It's a dildo and sperm! I'm not joking here! The fact that nobody's picked up on this by this point is, like, insane to me. Like, do I just have a dirty mind? I'm an asexual. I thought, you know, if anyone were to have a dirty mind, it wouldn't be the asexual in the room. So why is it me? Huh, weird. I've always just called it a Spriggan. But like, why is nobody, oh my god, the lights turn off? Okay, but like, why has nobody picked up on this? This feels like, if there's anything about the Final Fantasy community, they are relentlessly horny people who love their sexy avatars, okay? And they love their sexy abilities. So the fact that nobody else has picked up on the sperm and dildo mount is like... Oh, so you get the one that doesn't light up before you get the one that does light up. Okay, it's like 2 different mounts. Okay. I thought it was like the same one. Okay. Yeah, but the fact that no one's picked up on this is like... I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this real quick, just because no one's picked up on it. And it annoys me that nobody has picked up on what this is. Like, the asexual shouldn't be the first one that found this out, right? Like, I feel like the ace person shouldn't, like, this should have been a reality I like the Paisa house in the background too, but like, I feel like this should have been a reality long before the ace person got here. Like, this seems like the type of thing you just see people doing in rest zones. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me? I'm literally gonna put this on Instagram, just like, what does this remind you of? I can't be the only one. I just can't, okay? Somebody else has to have thought of this long before me. Long dick style. Yeah, I know, it just seems like the type of thing people would just be randomly doing in rest zones though, right? Like, why? Why hasn't this happened before? I'm disappointed in the FF14 community. This seems like an opportunity that was not jumped on soon enough. Yeah, okay. But like, can you imagine going through frontline PvP? Not to play PvP, but just to have 2 people use the sperm mount, 1 person use the dick mount, and you just go in a line like this. Like, I'm a big proponent of, like, PvP in this game doesn't exist to be competitive, it just exists to, like, get items and show off your mount. And, like, I feel like this is the perfect trolling maneuver in PvP. Like, I'm surprised it hasn't happened. I'm just very, very confused. I don't know, I'm just, like, slightly disappointed in the FF14 community. This seems like something that should have happened. Like, it just... I'm just disappointed. Like, come on, guys. The asexual can't be picking up your slack. You all doing these, like, giant dirty mods with, like, giant titties and big dicks, and you don't even see it right in front of you, not even modded. It just feels very, like, I don't know. Somebody else has had to have said that the Falcon looks like a dick mount, okay? It has to have been a thought. Look at this. This is a dildo. Somebody took a dildo and mechanized it. And look at this. That's a sperm. Someone took a sperm and yokai'd it. I feel like this should have been, like, you know, we all got the snowman mount and we made massive towers into the sky. We all got the polar bear mount and we made a huge line in the, like, you know, central area where the polar bear mount was. I feel like this should have been something that we saw before. I don't know. It's not that it's not horny enough. It's just like the inventiveness in the horniness was not explored. Like, yes, big tits, big dick, whatever. But there's a mount that looks like a dildo and a mount that looks like a sperm and this wasn't thought of. Like, let's get inventive with our horniness, guys. I'm just disappointed in the lack of creativity, I guess. Thank you, Violet and Nira. Alright, we should probably run something. We've just been sitting here. We should... Do you want to run normal raids? Let's do normal raids. Somebody clip that whole rant, I guess. I don't know. I need to go back and clip that rant. That was... Yeah, let's do normal raids. Okay. Yeah, let's do something. Yeah, like, so much more. Oh no. Come on, normal raids! Give me that sweet, sweet tombstones to upgrade my gear while I'm, like, not sleeping correctly, I guess. Although my white mages, I'm not gonna do all the, like, heavy-duty upgrades yet, because my white mages... Oh, fuck! Fuck! No! What? No! Fuck! This is my penance for talking about a dick mount. I have angered the gods by being disappointed in the creative horniness, and now I am suffering for the penance. I like this Lalafell's whole tank spiel, though. That's a good tank spiel. Oh, hey, I found the other Aura with orange hair. I thought it was the only one. Whatever, I wear it better. Oh, and we got somebody! Oh, that's from the Archer's Guild storyline! She's cosplaying as the poacher character from the Archer's Guild storyline. That's fucking cool. I love that. That's from the Archer's Guild storyline. Yeah, she's cosplaying as her. I forget her name, but yeah, she's like the sassy poacher lady. Fuck yeah! I like that someone's cosplaying as her. That's fun. Okay, I'm bad at this, so we might all die. I do want to try to do this on Savage so I can get the mount from this, but I think actually, like, I'm actually of the opinion that doing Refulgent Savage is the better option than doing this on Savage. And that's kind of sad. But, like, I'm working up to this, you know? I want to get this as a mount because I have the minion, you know, I have the little demonic Roomba, but I'd like to get it as a mount. It's just, this is already really hard on normal mode, and I'm scared to fuck of, like, yeah, you can get it as a mount, and you get it as a minion. But I'm, like, scared to fuck of doing this on Savage, and I actually think doing Shiva on Savage is gonna be better. I think on Wednesday, okay, on Wednesday, I'm just gonna budget the fuck out of my time, and I'm gonna start, like, midday. We are just gonna try to beat Shiva Savage. All we have to do is beat it. All we have to do is beat it, and we get them out. It's an achievement reward. So all we have to do is do it once. I'm just gonna start a party finder. I'm just gonna say, anyone, you have to have a 600 gear score, and we're just gonna run the fuck out of it, you know? Here for a long time. I'm gonna grab some cookies. We're gonna sit here. I'm gonna get comfy. I'm gonna eat fucking Oreos and cake, and we're just gonna farm the fuck out of the Refulgent Savage. That's what I'm doing on Wednesday, okay? I made up my mind. I know I should also do something like that with Warrior Blight. It's probably going to be grueling, heartbreaking, and absolutely infuriating to do this for Shiva Refulgence. But god fucking damn it, are we doing it? Alright, DPS check time. And there's Chi! Level checker, though. Alright, let's kill the fuck out of it. We need to wait till we can get, we just get towers. Okay, so far we're actually doing really well, probably because we got some heavy hitters. with Iniwash, Nero, and Violet on my team. I'm very happy about that. Okay, go out and in. Alright, DPS limit break. Let's do it. Actually, maybe we'll choose without the limit break. Oh, because we need the tank limit break. Never mind. Yeah, we might need the tank limit break. I don't know if we're going to need tank limit break or not. I forget if we need tank limit break here. I thought we might. Yeah, we might. Oh, we need to, kill the thingy. So it's not a tank limit break. It's this Omega Jammer thing. The break the other thing. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. Yeah, we don't need a tank limit break. Okay. Yeah, the Omega raids are wonderful. I think the Omega raids are some of the best story raids ever. They're like Stormblood raids. Alquin, if you come back to Final Fantasy, we need to run, once you get to level 50, and you finish the first part of Realm Reborn, we gotta run Coils of Bahamut, and we gotta do all that, because we can do this on sync easy, so there's no like dirt pressure. But also, they made it so you can go through the free trial without the pressures of social anxiety now. But also, Coils of Bahamut has such good, juicy lore drop, and is such a good story. I think you're gonna fall absolutely in love with it. But yeah, if you ever decide to go to level 70, this is the Omega raids, and the Omega raids are beautiful. Some of them are really fucking hard, but they're beautiful raids, and they have so much lore about the world and the story and the universe it's in. There's a minion of this guy, and we call it the Roomba with the knife. Or I call it the Roomba with the knife. I think it's like a Roomba with a knife. We're actually doing really good. I'm very surprised at how good this party is coming together. I was not expecting this party to do so well. These people are actually probably running it for the new ultimate. They're probably trying to, I don't know if it's gonna come up, but they're probably trying to get used to it on normal mode before it becomes like an ultimate, or they're training for Savage. Oh yeah, so if we don't move that, we're all gonna get hit with Paralyze. This is where a group Asuna would actually come into play. Okay, no, oh fuck! I hate this! It's also got like things that move on its tummy. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got stuff that moves on its tummy, and I don't like it. Like these things wobble on its tummy, and no, I don't need the tummy wobbles. The tummy wobbles are very disturbing to me, but I do want it as a mount, which is why it's on my Savage list, but it's like last on my Savage list, because I've heard that it's very fucking hard. Oh, no wonder we're doing good. I'm a white mage and we've got a scholar. That's like a dream combo. We're fine. We're gonna be fine. You know, we got a shield healer and we got a regen healer, and they're both the best of the cracks. We're fine. Sage is okay, because Sage can kind of bridge the gap between the two, but like, damn, we're doing good. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. We've got a shield and a regen. We're totally good. No wonder we're doing so good. We got like the ideal party makeup without even having to think about it. So we got a Dark Knight and a Gunbreaker. And we got, like 3 melee? No, we got 2 melee, 2 range. Yeah, so I think we're getting, yeah. Damn, we got a good party without even realizing it. We lucked out there. That could have been bad. I've had some very many catastrophes on this. So I am happy. Ow! That's a me. Let me get people up. I hate this. It's the rules of ships, right? But like it reverses because Omega turns around. So you think like, oh, larboard left, starboard right, or whatever, but then it like it reverses. It doesn't stay like consistent because it moves. Okay, I need to get Violet up. So okay, well we're done. I was gonna say I need to get Violet up because Violet can res, but we're done. Yeah, okay, that was actually went really well. Ooh, I need that for here. Also, the glam from this tier set is pretty good, so I try to like hoard all these as much as I can. I mean, I also want to do Savage just so I can get the dyeable version of some of the gear from this tier set, just because of how good it is. It's the same reason I want to get some of the last, like, tier set of the Eden fights, so I can get some of the gear and glam from that, because the dyeable versions of those are really good. But, like, I'm trying to take it slowly. Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing this to try to revisit the Omega raids before the Ultimate comes out. Ooh, yes, I got some good stuff. I just hoard that just in case I need it for glam. I still might need the caster boots for one of my glams, so. But yeah, I really want to get the dyeable versions too. Okay, I need to find I'm probably gonna teleport to Charlian if y'all want to follow me there. Yeah, Omega is a Roomba with the knife. I did a whole quest line. There's a whole quest line post Endwalker where you follow Alpha and Omega around. Again, you're gonna love this storyline if you ever decide to do it. But like, oh my god. Also, Alpha, if you're able to, you should totally log in and do the Starlight Celebration thing. It's in Gridania. You just get like a free reindeer mount. So if that's up your alley, I would advise doing it. I want everyone to have cool mounts, okay? But no pressure, you know? But I want to make sure everybody gets cool mounts because it's level 15, it's all in Gridania, it's not crazy at all. I'm just like, everyone needs cool mounts, you know? What else should we do? Should we just go to, actually, let me check my cards. Ooh, I need to spend that. Where should I spend that? I think I now have to go to Kugane. Okay, I will be right back. I'm just gonna hop over to Kugane and, it only sounds like I just want to make sure everybody gets the mount. It's such a cool mount, and it's the only deer mount we have in this game. I feel like I want to make sure everybody gets it because it's the only deer mount we have in this game. Alright, I'm going to teleport to Kugane because I'm going to spend my stuff there. I will be right back in Charlian, so you don't have to, like, I'm going to come right back. I need to spend those tombstones, and Scarlet Orishi or whatever it's called sells the best, so I just go to Kugane and I stock up on that. But I'm trying to keep, I'm only doing it like half and half. Like, okay, so if you max out 2,000 of the regular Allegan tombstones and you need somewhere to spend them, Scarlet, alright, all good, Violet. Hopefully you got some good stuff that you're gonna make. Yeah. I mean, you're welcome anytime, Violet. Always value your company. Yeah. Just gonna get half of it. There we go. Alright, now right back over to Charlian. No, it's not at Norgon, is it? No. Yeah, Charlian doesn't have its own tier. That's weird. I thought Charlian would have its own. Alright, all good. Yeah, all good. No pressure. I don't know what I want to do next. That tree sells for. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that tree or not. I'm debating. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna run Critis Hyperbia. I mean, I'm gonna run it. You don't have to run it if you don't want to. I just really want the Reaver weapon from it, so it's on my list. It's just gonna take me a minute to get in there. But if you don't want to run Catisis or whatever it's called, Hyperbia, you don't have to. I'm just hoping to get the Reaper weapon from it, because I've been trying to run it forever to get this Reaper weapon. So, if you don't want to run it, Inuyasha Nero, no pressure, you can back out. Oh my god, does this have pockets? No, it kind of has. Oh no, that's tape. There's tape. Has there been tape on this whole time? Huh. Okay. That's trash. Oh, I was wondering if you wanted to run Kids' Hyperbia for the. I'm trying to get the Reaper weapon from there. I've been trying to get it for months, and then I also found tape on my blanket. That's all I was talking about. But if you don't want to run it, you don't have to. It might just take a minute to get in. Yeah, it's the one with like Hermes being an incel. I need to find a good gunbreaker outfit for like our addict music video too. I have like no, it's like it's one of the Endwalker dungeons. The one in Elpis. With like all the experiments. Alright, cool. I've been trying to get the Reaper weapon from here for like for a while, so all I'm trying to do is just, I've been running it just to get the Reaper weapon, so let me know what you want to, let me know when you're ready. This blanket is really cozy. Actually, I think the chain-smoking warrior got this blanket for me. It's got like a dragon on the back of it, and then it's got like a hood. And then my dogs took it because it's very comfy. Okay, I mean, no pressure. It is kind of a difficult one to heal. So if you don't want to do something difficult, I might advise something else. But if you're up for the challenge, yeah. It's just like, if we get a tank that doesn't know the end boss, it might be kind of difficult, but I'll try to help you out where I can. Yeah, not to like, yeah, just letting you know that like, hopefully we'll get a tank that knows what they're doing and knows when to stun the end boss, but yeah. It should be fine. I'll take it. Yeah, so there's like one ability that you need to stun as a tank in the end boss, but that's about it. Like everything else is pretty simple. Yeah, it's I've healed this one a lot, and I did leave once. I left once because the tank just, the tank and the healer were having an argument the entire dungeon, and I was just like, oh my god. No, the tank and the summoner DPS were having this like massive argument the entire dungeon, and I was just like, oh fuck no. And I left this dungeon because of that. It was like, yeah, the support DPS, I think it was Red Mage, actually, it was Red Mage or Summoner was the support DPS, but like, and the tank were having this massive argument the entire time, and I was like, oh my god. Oh, really? I'll gladly come level you. Hang on, I'm queuing for a dungeon right now. Are you, where are you? I'll gladly come level you up. What do you need help with? Oh, this VR looks really fun. It's cool. Cool concept. I'm just perving on other people's glams. Hi! Don't mind me, just perving on your glams! And Inuyasha Nero, of course, looking amazing as hell. You're about to start. Are you on Crystal and Zalera, or just on Crystal? Or where are you? I will come find you. I have a 2-person mount. I'll help you through it. Oh, cool, neat. I mean, it's pretty easy to make an account for FF14. You know, it's like any other game. If you want to be on the free trial, you can just use Okay, yeah. I'm on Crystal Data Center, and then my world is Zalera. So that's what I'm like. If you want me to level you, we have to be at least on the same data center. So yeah. I would like if you want me to level you, we gotta both be on Crystal. So there's data center travel got like postponed. Yeah, but my world is Zalera, so I can totally, yeah. It's kind of chill. This is still one of my most highest ranked glams. Okay, I'm about to enter a dungeon, so take your time, no pressure. Have fun in the character creator. I know it takes me like an hour each time. It takes me like weeks sometimes to like finalize how I'm gonna create a character. And then sometimes I literally go to sleep and then I have like an epiphany late at night and I have to like wake up in the middle of the night and like jot it down or I will forget. Okay, let's go.
Please, turn back! Else I might be forced.
Yeah, this is just Hermes being an incel. So if you go to the Crystal Data Center and you go to Worlds, like after you're done with your character, you can choose to, yeah, it's a North American one. You have to like log out and go to like the title screen and then, yeah. But the good news is, like, if you just have an account, you can play on any server. You don't have to, like, get a new account to play it on a different, server. Like, I have an EU all on the same account that I'm on, so... It's not a very good EU alt, but it works in a pinch. Yeah, being a Fantasia addict makes it hard because I literally, you can save your appearance data, so I literally just keep going back and like making adjustments, and then I check out other people's characters in games, find things I like, and go from there, and it's a whole deal. This dungeon is. I like all the different environments it has too. It makes it really useful for music videos because like I can just go into explore mode and I have like a bunch of different environments to choose from. Also, Inuyasha, since you main Reaper, if you notice anything that I'm doing wrong, please tell me because I know you main Reaper, and so I will take it from the expert and fix my shit. Reaper effects. It's just so smooth. Reaper is honestly one of the best. I think one of the very satisfyingly designed classes they've made. I think they knew it was like they were like when they designed it, they're like, oh my god, this is gonna be so popular. Oh, I don't know. They put a lot of work into it because of that. frick. Okay, footprints going over here. Don't mind me, I'm directionally challenged. It's weird to me this is named Lissa, because in Guild Wars 2, Lissa is the, like, dual-faced goddess of beauty. I'm sure it's actually more like Lysa or something more mythically related or inclined, because that's kind of how FF14 does take a lot from, like, different mythologies throughout the world. Like, the gods are obviously kind of inspired by, like, kind of like Greek and some other inspiration of gods, but mostly there's a lot of, like, Grecian inspiration, like Greco-Roman inspiration, like the main gods. Which is probably why all the gear has been, like, long, flowy robes, which, you know what? I ain't complaining about that. A lot of people were complaining about the new Alliance gear reveal, but I actually don't think it's that bad. We'll see how it moves. Like, that's the main thing that makes or breaks flowy gear in this game for me, is how does it move with your character? Because if it moves really well with your character, I'm all on board. I love the flowy dresses for caster and healer that are, like, in the other Alliance raids, so... I mean, I'm all on board if it moves well, so... I just don't like it when it's, like, really stiff. Like, some of the astrology gear, that's why I don't like it, because it's just kind of stiff. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if we could kill him before he spawned back into his little thing. Apparently, if you level up your trust system and you get Alizé to the point where she can accompany you on this, when he does this thing where he, like, goes and hides, she, like, shoots the ground and is like, if we just shoot randomly, eventually we'll find him. And it's just like, I relate to that just so fucking much. Like, I feel like that's how I would react to if, like, I was fighting in something and it disappeared and I didn't know where it was. Well, if I just shoot the ground, eventually we'll know where it is. Vibe. I can't wait for Alizé to meet Zero. I think they are gonna size each other up. They're either gonna be best friends or they're gonna fucking hate each other. I'm here for it. I wish we could get the green griffin. I know there are people who have modded it, but I wish we could, like, actually, like, legit get it as a mount. Because we have, like, a regular griffin, we have a white griffin. Why can't we get a green one? Like, what's the deal with that? Maybe we could get it, like, as a hunt log thing. I think that'd be kind of cool. That'd be a cool thing to get, as, like, a hunt log thing. I think it would make sense as, like, some sort of, like, hunt log reward. of the chokers in here are cool too. They have like that dragon wing effect. I think I'm trying to remember which there's some like Realm Reborn trial that also drops something similar to that. It's like Coils of Bahamut, like tier 3 or something. Okay, that's gonna be on this side. Yep. Keep my dot up. I keep forgetting that because, like, it's not in the combo, which is actually kind of different from most melee. I don't know. I purposely have not played Dragoon in a while, specifically since we're reworking it next expansion, and I want to kind of treat it like a new class. I did not move to the left enough. Okay, to the right, not left. Bad at that. Okay. I'm sorry, healer. Oh my god, I want this guy to die. Melee DPS are! I'm so not used to playing one! Okay, woo! Oh, this person's leveling. Congrats to them. They gained a level. Yeah, this is like the more like gothic version of the Heroes of Gauntlet here. But the difference is that this one has really cool weapons that I really want. Just want the Reaper stuff. All I want. Positionals in check. There we go. Alright, cover everything in nice little coating. Give him a little harvest moon. Let's get going. I will say the only weapon I don't really like that much in this collection is the White Mage weapon. It's pretty awful. I mean, it's true, I haven't seen all of them either. Like some of the other classes might also have awful weapons, but I haven't seen all of them. But like, Summoner and Scholar get like this like optical illusion book, and like, yeah, White Mage just gets like this weird stick with like a weird growth on the end of it. I'm like, eh.
I must.
But the Reapers also get something really cool here, very optical illusion-y. Which, in a world where Reapers don't have many glowy weapon options, you kind of have to take what you can get. Always the thing with the new classes. The glam options are limited at the beginning. Oh, there's something so satisfying about being in Avatar state. I have, like, you want to be in Avatar state as much as possible, and I just have, like, 5 buttons to click today. I love that they made it so it, like, totally redoes your character, too. It's just a nice touch of... It's like a nice detail. Five is better than 12? Are you trying to aggravate my synesthesia right now? I am not gonna get into the conversation over which numbers seem better. Or are you talking about my hotbar? Or are you talking about the numbers on my hotbars? Because which 12 are you talking about? Oh, hotbar, okay. 5 is better than 12, alright. Which 5 and which 12? F5 or F12? Or like regular 5 and regular 12? I'm not gonna argue with that one.
I will have the time and tranquility I require.
Yeah, there's apparently something you need to stun here and might do this. I'm not sure yet. I mean, you don't need to. It's just sometimes healers want you to.
Ancient brand, unleash your power.
Regular 12, okay. Ah, fuck!
Dancing winds!
I hate this
Pierce
one.
my foes!
Do a little bloodbath in there.
Stars on high! All is ready!
Okay, we're gonna go to this meteor. Eventually. Oh, you're starting off in Limsay. Okay, I think we made it. Yay, we made it! We're very fortunate that
Pierce my foe!
Inuyasha Nero is a good tank.
on high. All is ready. Even when transformed, I am not finished yet.
There we go! Heart pelt. No! I didn't get the Reaper weapon. I'm so sad. Oh, I've been trying to get that for months. Alright, Jimmy. I am going to go, I guess I'll go to just to Limsa Lominsa, like, after, right? Because if you're on a boat, you're probably going to Limsa. And I will find you there. Okay. Hide and seek. We're going to the Spring Blossom. Oh hey, it's a bot. I'm just gonna report that real quick. Can't really see it because it's in chat. It's one of those like gold scammers. Yep, gotta get rid of the gold scammer. Oh, someone's got a nice Sailor Moon outfit. Let's see. What am I looking for? How will I know you when I see you if you're on the same world as me? I don't know if you're on the same world as me. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to find you if you weren't. I feel like I used to know this guy. At least someone similar. Okay, you are? Alright, cool. Hide and seek time. Well, I'm assuming you're either getting out of the cutscene or in the cutscene unless you're skipping them because you've already seen them. But in which case you would be in tutorial mode until you got around here. But if you already skipped them, you might be done. In which case you would either be going probably to the Summoners Guild or the Marauders Guild. But you do have to stop at the Aetheryte and touch it. Is this you? archer. You can't start in them Slobinsa if you're an archer. Alright, what's your clue? You're gothy. Like your name? Or how you look? Because gothy is a pretty common aesthetic in Eorzea. Or at least in Zalera. I don't know, we tend to attract the goths. You also have potentially a sprout icon. Aesthetics, okay. Alright, give me another hint. Alright. Thanks, Inuasha Nero. Hope everything goes well. Have fun. Be safe. Level 9. I don't think you'd be there yet. Ah, Dancing Bunny and Doctor Strange. Okay. So I'm looking for a bunny person. And something very Doctor Strange. Gothy. Okay. Something with new numbers. Ah, there's so many people around. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go check the Marauders Guild. Because I'm not seeing anything here. You saw it? You saw me see you? I just didn't see you? Okay, I need to go back and try to find you? There's a lot of stimulation in the Ethernet Plaza. Trying to use my brain capacity here. I don't know too much about Doctor Strange, so I may have missed that. Samurai gear. Are you sure you're not just messing with me? Feel like... Okay, I'm taking your word for it. No, that's a Makote. That's how they look when they're playing dead. Not a bunny person. Ah, there's so much going on. Okay. I'm trying to find you. I don't see any gothic dancing bunnies. Is this you? This is not a bunny. It is very gothic, but it's not a bunny. Okay, yeah, where are you? I have no idea what's happening. it's you, the Aura. Oh, you were near the bunny. Okay, that makes more sense. Here, I'll send you a friend request. Oh, I guess I could also invite you to the link shell too, so we can talk anytime. That way, yeah. You can pretty much contact me whenever you want. And anyone else on the link shell too. So yeah. Oh, there's another aura that's similar. Alright, I am having, some minor sinus pain, so I am, going to stop streaming, just so I can take care of that, and probably get something for that. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop streaming here, just so I can, you know, take care of myself a little bit. But on Wednesday, I'm going to basically be farming Shiva Refulgent Savage all day. It's gonna be a long stream. I'm going to eat lots of cookies, and I might be kind of a pig on stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Cool. I should have some more OnlyFans stuff out this week. It'll depend on the weather. It's been kind of cold and gray here, which has made it difficult. I have some like emergency stuff I can put up if I can't make any more content. It's just I'm making kind of a weird face in the photo, but I mean the photo is really all about my ass, so maybe it won't be that weird. Yeah, so I'm hoping I can do all that. So Wednesday's gonna be a pretty big stream for me. I'm just gonna be going at it. Hopefully I don't burn out too soon. I might just be really tired and kind of not talking as much, but I wanna get this done and share the achievement, and oh boy am I gonna freak out when I get it. So yeah, I hope everyone has an amazing week and the holidays aren't as stressful, and everything kind of, you know, dies down a lityou bit. If any of you need me, just message me on Discord. I'm a click away night or day. And you are all valid and worthy people, and I really hope that you survive the holidays intact. I know this time of year can be pretty depressing, so I am here if you need me. Just feel free to message. And yeah, and if you, of course, yeah. If you want to join my FC too, let me know. You don't have to though, if it's not up your alley. We're all just kind of introverted, so, but, yeah, that's another way to reach me, but, yeah, so, yeah, and, if you want to see more of me and what I do, I have a YouTube, and an Instagram, and an OnlyFans, and all of those are in my Twitch bio link, or linked, if you're watching this on YouTube, when I post it up later, it will be linked in my YouTube link as well. I post some of my older streams to YouTube, as well, so if you want to check out older content, or you just want to have something playing in the background, that is there for free viewing. I get demonetized a lot. Apparently, Apparently, anytime I make even if I'm making up my own song, any type of singing is demonetization porn. Yeah. Alright, everyone. Hopefully you have an amazing week, and I will see you soon.